Pastor Zillinger's Daily Devotions. The lesson for Tuesday from Proverbs. We're looking at wisdom literature. We did Psalms, a number of Psalms all the way through, and now we're going to Proverbs. This is Proverbs 8:22 through 31. The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. Ages ago I was set up at the first, before the beginning of the earth. When there were no depths I was brought forth, when there was no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains had been shaped, before the hills I was brought forth, before he had made the earth with its fields, or the first of the dust of the world. When he established the heavens, I was there. When he drew a circle on the face of the deep, when he made firm the skies above, when he established the fountains of the deep, when he assigned to the sea its limits, so that the waters might not transgress his commands, when he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him, like a master workman, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited world, and delighting in the children of man. This is hearkening back to wisdom again. And once again, in the text, there is a wisdom against folly of adultery and wisdom in living rightly in God's eyes and how God made things. This even expands upon this. The wisdom of God is the thing, the template, if you would, of how things are made and why things work the way they should work. And just to give a caveat, what we think today of how things work is not the way it should be, because we're in a sinful world that's decaying. So we might have a scientific law, let's say like gravity, say, oh, gravity, it's a constant. Well, it's a constant for us today, but it might not be the pure constant of how God made things before the fall. So just to be aware, just because we know some rules and organization of things doesn't mean that it is the end all of all things. God's wisdom is the end of all things. Now, interestingly enough, too, we see that there is an echo of Christ here, that Jesus Christ is the wisdom of God, the blueprint, the template of all creation, that Jesus was before creation, and God used Jesus as the template of all creation, and God delighted in the creation. That's one of the reasons why Jesus came as a man to be sacrificed for us, because we're the template, or he's the template for us, that he created us. And in order to redeem us, he had to come in as one of us and say, okay, I've got to fix the problem. The engineer comes into the broken piece of machinery and then dies for the sake of the machinery for things. And this is an amazing thing, the wisdom of God. And we seek out the wisdom of God. The very first and foremost, we seek out Christ, who is the key to all of Scripture and all of everything, to know Christ and to know him in his word. Not what we think Christ is, but what God says he is and what he has done. The history, the records, the Scriptures. And then to know him better, to keep doing it. Oftentimes people go, well, I read it once and that's it. I'm like, no. If this is wisdom, it's something to live by. It's your pattern and template of life. This is Christ for us. The Lord bless your day as well as your week.